Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is the Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games and a hunt for the best score of the decathlon. If you like what you see, remember to hit that like button. You want to see more? Hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is Pro Cycling Manager 2018. This is the Pro Cyclist mode. We're at the Giro d'Italia in episode 55. It's part 4 of the Giro d'Italia. I hope to wrap it up within this episode. So fatigue starting to set in a little bit, but only 16%. So I think overall we will get by without this being an issue. But our fitness peak ended right at the beginning of the Giro and went back into a reset. Fortunately, my fitness has not crashed. And that's the one we still need to keep an eye out for. It's at 96% right now, which has had me just about neutral for every stage here of late. But here on stage 17 of 21, things are getting serious. We are into the true climbing stages. We have one very, very long Category 2 climb, and then we've got back to back to back, hitting you again and again and again. Category 1 climbs, very steep, very long. This is 184 kilometers. This is not a short stage by any means. Technically, I'm the favorite, but we'll see if I can do something with the race that will justify that, especially without that fitness peak. It's been tougher for me to separate myself from the field at this point in time. But this first climb, I think, will be slow enough pace. We'll kind of bypass that first climb off camera, and then I'll be rejoining just short of this sprint point for the 3 big climbs on the day. Top contender, Sam Uman. I definitely have the best rating of any climber here. That doesn't necessarily mean much. That last stage where we had a chance, all the pressure was put on me, and basically I had, 4, 5, 6 riders all ganging up against me, and I wasn't strong enough to overcome that. So we'll see how this one goes today. Alright, so we are past the halfway point. We're right about where I said I was going to come back. 70 kilometers to go here in the stage. My full team still at my disposal, which is nice because not everybody has their full team left. The peloton is already down to 88 riders. There are 16 riders in the break. For a while, a lot of the favorites, pretty much all of my direct competitors, well, not all, but a majority of them, actually were caught behind after a crash. Thought about going for it for just a moment. But it just wasn't happening. It was, oh gosh, when was that? During, I've already lost track of when that was. During the descent, anyway. Oh, no. It was here. It was before the actual climb started. This is where that was. Well, anyway, we're getting the first of the Category 1 climbs underway. This is 12 kilometers, 1,600 meters of climbing. It's an 8% gradient. It levels off a lot at the top, but it is quite steep through the middle section, the middle half, really. It's more than just a third. At this point, the breakaway group had an 8.5 minute gap. It was pulled back to 5.5 during the descent, but now that we're climbing again and no teams have taken up the reins, I'm the favorite, but I'm only in 7th place, so I shouldn't be the team leading this out. Whoever's the yellow jersey should be the one doing that, but that hasn't been the case. All the favorites are right up here near the front. There we go. Boaro put a little pressure on. You can see I'm riding pretty comfortably at a 72. The pace is only just now hitting about 73. And despite that, the peloton is actually still shrinking. 82 riders left.
The breakaway is not to everybody's liking. The peloton has significantly increased its speed.
So,
now the guys up front
education first. Starting to make a move at the front here. So, they are pulling back some time now on the break. Just like that, they've reeled back in a good 45 seconds, but apparently we're not wanting to make or maintain contact. So I think we're hitting the high point here. Not quite. It's still... yeah, we still have some steepness yet to cover on this first climb. Now this is definitely a stage catered to me. You can see even just in the low mid 70s, a lot of damage being done even to me and my entire team. Cassart has gone out the back. Peloton has shrunk to 49 riders, so as easy as the pace has been, this really has done damage. You can see the breakaway group has shattered. At least 6 riders are out the back, plus there's 3 groups in front of that, so at least 2 more beyond that without checking more intimately to see where everyone's at. Now the pace starting to accelerate. Make sure I myself accelerate and don't get left behind here as we are approaching the summit now. 28 riders, 24 riders, Peloton shrinking further and further. I think that 28 number we were at a moment ago, 29 or so, might be where we're at as we go to start the next climb over the descent. I figure some riders will come back. The lead, though, is still at about 8 minutes. So we'll see if the peloton is actually attacking again on the descent, pulling back some riders. I remain in really good condition. I'll recover that at the base, but as a team, we will not. So Cassart's out, Viviani's out, but that's still not bad numbers around me. So I do have some support here.
This downhill is known to be very dangerous.
The next climb's not as severe, but just as long, 12.5 kilometers, 6.5% gradient, 1,700 meters worth of climbing is going to go. It's pretty steady. You can see there's a little bit of a flat section right in the middle, but this one's not severe on the climbing, and we're already at the base just like that, so very short descent. The next one looks to be even shorter, and the last climb is really going to break the field up. I mean, we're already down to 24 riders as it is, but I was able to recover before this climb, so I'm not looking to make anything happen here on this one, but it would be nice if somebody was leading this out, and I might need to get somebody on that. Who would it be? Bettiol? Yeah, you're our weakest climber, so why don't you take up the reins and start chugging things along. Need to take a quick break. I'll be right back.
The entente in the escape group is far from cordial. There are a couple of riders who want to go it alone.
Martin pushing towards the top of the climb. We just passed the 5K banner a little bit ago. Now 4K to go up the rest of the climb as they are hitting the top of the climb now. We are just starting to reel back in the remnants of the breakaway group ahead of us. The peloton is down to just 23 riders. I do have 4 riders left in support. You can see all 4 of them are right at the edge and aren't going to last much longer. I'm not looking to push right now, and if these guys could actually recover just a little bit to get me through the base of that next climb, I expect to be on my own at the top of the climb. Literally on my own, as I hope to leave the entire field behind over the course of this steepest climb that really suits me. From there, I can descend alone and recover, towards the finish for those couple little uphill sections. But otherwise, it's just straight descent. So if I have, a minute or something like that towards the end, I'll be in really good shape. Peloton actually going upwards as we reel in some of the breakaway group members. The actual front of the field is now 10 minutes away, though. Boaro, where are you going, buddy? Johnny Moscon put a little pressure on here for Team Sky. And now over the top, I do still have my guys, so that's good. That's what I was hoping for. I'm already completely fresh. That climb didn't do any damage to me. And I might have been able to put a little more pressure on the field. I'm sure if it didn't do much damage to me, it only did some to these other guys. But it's a very short descent here, so just minor recovery. And then, let's see how long we've got. Oh, this is going to be long. 10.5 kilometers, 8.6%, over 2,000 meters of climbing on this one. And you can see that there is no real respite. It's a little gradual at the beginning. So I think once we hit this steep section, that's where the pressure is going to start to get applied. So when do I get to that section? Well, we'll find out here shortly. Here's all 4 of my teammates already right at the front. This is good. Betiol's done. Boaro is done. Sindali, he's pulling the pace right now, and this is weird because, you know, I'm in 7th place. There's Reichenbach. Oop, DePlus. No? Well, he's just about done. So is Sindali. And I think I've already hit that spot, haven't I? We are. We're hitting that spot now. So as soon as these guys are done, I'm going to accelerate. I'm going to go 87, and then we're going to put that pressure on. Lead's already back down to 8 minutes. I may or may not catch these guys before the top of this climb. Alright, here we go. Let's do it. What is an 87 going to do? It's going to do damage to me. Let's try an 86. I'm about to ride off the front. I just rode off the front just like that at an 86. Okay, they're going to remake contact here temporarily. Reichenbach spreading it out. 9 riders trying to chase now. I'm just holding a nice little steady pace here. 5K to go to the top of the climb. There we go. Now it's 5K. Gotta be careful not to use up all my energy, but I am riding them off as much as they are trying to keep up. There's Rosa, who rode away a while ago, and I'm back on my own again. 3K to go to the top. 3.5. And I am alone. I am alone. Go ahead and use my gel now. 3K to go to the top, riding all alone. I don't know quite what the gap is right now, but I've pulled back so much time on the front of the field. Let's go back down to an 85 here. 2K to go to the top. I gotta make sure I have just enough left. I'll go 84 here. I don't know who's behind me right now, but it's already half a minute back. 1K to go to the top. I'll recover some on the descent. .400 meters, out of energy.
15 kilometers to the finish line.
I'm going to recover quick here. There we go. And then we're going to push. Okay, recovery is on now. Recovery is on. Let's see, where are we? Uran is just 15 seconds behind, and then a nice healthy gap, almost a minute and a half back to those guys. It's okay. I think Uran is, he's ahead of me by 5 seconds in the standings, but he is no time trialist like I am, so I don't mind if he necessarily comes back. But I've already recovered nicely here as we get towards the bottom. So when I hit these little uphill ticks, I'm going to be able to push again. So we'll do that here momentarily. This is looking really good. Not for a stage win. I've got a minute 45 to those guys. They're not going to be caught on the descent. Breakaway group will win the stage. That part's unfortunate, but that's okay. That's not what I'm here for. Here we go. Here's that uphill tick, and we're going to go on attack. I'm going to close these two right on down. Covilli, Parade, Pentier.
Just 5 kilometers left.
Okay, Uran has caught up. Uran has caught up. 2 riders left off the front. Martin and Hamilton, of course. Those 2 were the strongest by far. But now I can ride on the back here. We've got a minute and a half behind us. So this is going to put me into the top 2 with Uran just seconds ahead. And I am going to be sprinting it out over him for a little time bonus. 1K to go. 1K to go. Oh, it's a little uphill. I gotta be careful here. Martin takes the win. Hamilton takes second. And I'm gonna sprint it out. Sprint it out. Come on. Oh, no, no. I'm such a bad sprinter. Ah, Uran's picking up the seconds. 6th on the stage. Huge gap behind us, though. Minute 40. So that's gonna put me right up into the top 2 of the standings. That's a job well done. Rapaciro, Landa, Uman, and Gegenhardt, and then another big gap behind them. That's still only top 10. There's Guerrero, Roglic, Dumoulin, Zakarin, Formulo, well back down the field. Here's Nibali. There's Reichenbach. Huge shake-up to the standings. And I'm not in the lead, but I'm up near the top, and now, if I can hang on in the other stages and not get dropped, things are looking very good to potentially win the Giro d'Italia. Uran I can beat in a time trial pretty easily, and I'm only a handful of seconds behind him in the standings now. I should be in second place, I think, or thereabouts. That group behind, those 4 riders, Rapaciro, Landa, Uman, Gegenhardt. I know Gegenhardt's well down in the standings. I know Rapaciro is one of the top ones above me. Uman's one of the ones above me, I believe. Or am I just above him? So we'll see. Rapaciro, I believe, should be in the top 3. I think Uran's going to be in the lead. I think I'll be second. 40 minutes, still a lot of riders coming. A lot of riders still just now descending the final climb. Almost an hour later. Over an hour now. There we go. Everybody makes it in under the time cut. So Martin wins from the breakaway. He and Hamilton hang on, the last riders. The other 14 were all caught. But there you go. Minute 7 is the gap. Ooh, this isn't as big of a gap as I expected. Well, no, no, it's okay. Minute 32 is the gap to Rapaciro and back. Rapaciro might still be 1 or 2 seconds ahead of me here. Maybe. And then another minute to this next group. So here we go. Moment of truth. Where are we at? Yes, we are up into second. 9 seconds behind Uran. I was hoping to pick up the 3-second time bonus. He did instead. So instead of a 3-second gap, it's a 9-second gap. As basically a 6-second swing on him getting it and myself not. But yes, Rapaciro is in 3rd, so I got that right. Landa is 4th. Roglic now down to 5th. Where was Roglic in the standings? 12th. Okay, he was in that group. So from the lead down to 5th, Uman up to 6th, Guerrero 7th, Formulo, Dumoulin out of contention. He's not going to get 3 minutes from me in the time trial. And Gegenhardt into 10th. Uran is a time trialist, just a 72. That's why I've got a clear advantage there. Into the lead of the under 25, so I'll have a jersey on finally. And as a team, we're into 4th place. Second in the overall standings, still poor. Win the stage, 6th. That's bad. I've got something, though. 2 points. Woo! That's okay. So I'm not getting any sort of level up here from the Giro because I'm apparently leaving it till late to potentially get after the race win. But getting there. I'm getting there. It was starting to feel like an impossible task when that fitness peak faded so early. I was definitely worried about it. But doing well here. Okay, so stage 18. It's a sprint stage. It's downhill. It's short, so it's going to be high pace. I'm going to skip right to the end on this one so we can get just the sprint. Final 10 kilometers of this one. We're speeding towards the end here. Breakaway group is still away. They've got 23 seconds. They're just about to be caught. This is getting awfully close, though. There's the 5K to go banner. Remember, Viviani is one of the favorites here. He does have the pink jersey as the points leader. What can he do here as we head into the final 3 kilometers? And, oh, there go the sprinters. There go the sprinters with nobody else going after him. Can I win some time here as nobody's attacking? I'm off on my own, 4 seconds clear. They're probably going to give us all the same time, right? Sam Bennett takes the win. Bauhaus second. Viviani third. Bonifacio, Medolo, Milano, and Groenewegen. There's the breakaway group. I'm going to just about make contact with them. No. And here comes the rest of the field. I'm out of energy just before the finish line. Here comes the rest of those sprinters. Gaviria way back 17th. Sagan 18th. Those guys not part of the sprint to the front. 60 kilometers left to go in this race. On the descent, heading to climb 2 out of 4 here on stage 19. This is that same stage that 1 year ago, Chris Froome, from well back in the field, attacked on the second climb, the one we're about to begin, and went on to come from well behind to take the overall race lead and go on to win the Giro d'Italia. Here, Peloton's already down to 21 riders. Now, we were actually at 33 at the top of the climb. We lost 12 riders off the back because there was a crash on the descent. And look who was included. So, Martin, Guerrero, Viljoen, Sagan, Nibali, Roglic were all in that crash. They split off into 2 groups, as far as I could tell, and have gone out the back. So, does not look like they're coming back either because they are a minute and a half behind as we are about to hit this very steep climb, the same one that got Chris Froome the victory here. So pressure will be put on. I've only got Sindali and De Plus left, but you can see with the nice long descent they've both fully recovered here as we're about to head up this climb. So I will use them up, or at least one of them on this climb, to put some pressure on.
This climb is feared by many riders. The percentages are very
Ooh, we're back up to 30 riders. Who's caught back up? No, we caught up 2 guys, right? Alright, so on to the base of the climb. Here we go. 11 kilometers, 9.4% gradient. It's pretty steep. 2,000 meters for, well, relatively short. You can see it starts pretty gradual, and then it's going to get super steep. And this is where that strength of attack is going to come from. Sindali, let's up your pace a little bit. Looks like we have 8 riders ahead that we're about to catch up to. These guys are pretty much in the breakaway group every time. And those 7 are now caught, so we're down to just 12 riders off the front. Very large gap, though, over 7 minutes. So it's going to be difficult to catch that top 10. Hamilton is there this time, but after Martin moved up in the standings, he's now pushed back to the group. But then that crash put him out of the group, so he's going to go right back down the standings. You can see that they are splitting off now, just 9 riders at the front, as they are still on the climb. And still a long ways to go on the climb. The Plus hanging on, but not by much. I'm doing just fine. Sindali, he's not going to last too long at this pace, but this is definitely doing some damage. We are pulling the breakaway back in relatively quickly here as the lead is down to 640. Looks like they're actually holding the pace. Yeah, we're slowly reeling them back in right now. The Plus, though, about to fade. He pulls over. And yep, there he goes. Nope, he's kind of just hanging on by a thread right now. 30 riders left in the peloton. I'm going to speed this up right now, if it'll let me. I think those guys at the front are trying to attack. Yeah, Mosca and Hamilton. Is it just me, or was that the finish line? It was. They have us hitting that same climb, but not going all the way to the top. Sindali's done, but nobody else is attacking, so his 75 is kind of more or less hanging on here. But we're about to hit the top. 20 riders left.
The riders will take full advantage of the incline to get some oxygen into their lungs, but they
You can see the front group's completely shattered. They're split off into 9 remnant groups across the front. Very short descent here, so only a little bit of time for recovery. And I'm going to need to keep an eye out. I need to get water here at some point. But this group should thin out a little bit more, so I don't have to go to the back to get it, or I can get it on the descent, the next descent, and not have a worry. But now we're going to start reeling these guys back in. And actually, hold on, let's slow down. Think about this. How steep is this? It's steep right now. Should do a little damage to this group. I'll have plenty of time to recover. Can leave a few more behind now and not really have a threat to myself. Ooh, hello. Okay, that was a little unexpected, but I'm off on my own. Let's go ahead and put the hand up now. There's my water. Let's go back down to an 87. Are we? Are we not? Time I'm reeling back in.
Watch out, a team leader is falling behind.
There's the top, and I'm getting there a lot faster than these guys around me are. And I will definitely recover on the descent, so let's go ahead and push that back out a little bit more.
We're into the downhill section. The riders can take a breather, but they can't let their guard drop.
Okay, so 99, and we'll recover here.
The riders are entering the last 15 kilometers of the stage.
Okay, so we're out to a minute over Uman, Uran, Rapaciro, Landa, Dumoulin, and Reichenbach. Everybody else is left behind, further back, 40 seconds down. Kenyak in between, but he was in the break. And just the remnants of the breakaway here in front of me, and I'm about to catch pot, and I could maybe use that. I'm not recovering as much as I expected here. Back off some. There we go, I've made contact. This is a good chance to now back off. Take a breather. So I only have 1 minute gap, and I expected to recover, and it's not happened, so I need to recover. Even if those guys catch back up to me, that is okay. If I don't recover, I'm not going to do well on this climb. And I'm going to stand to lose a lot more time than I lose with them gaining on me here. 30 seconds back now. He's not working, of course, so these guys are going to catch up, but that is okay. Okay, so group of 8. Group of 8. I'm allowing myself to recover. They are not attacking, so that is okay. That is okay. 15 riders. Finally, somebody decides to ride. It's Pete Keniak. Okay, it's not steep at the beginning, but you can see it's steep all the way to the finish. This is a repeat, but here comes the attack. Sam Uman. Okay, so let's ride. Let's just ride our pace. Uman, Landa, Roglic, Gegenhardt caught up. Okay. Back together. But now Landa and Roglic are going. Ooh, we're down to 5K already. Use my gel now. Let's go with maintain position for a little bit. I don't need to keep burning energy here. We do still have Landa off the front. Landa's time is 45 seconds down. I'm 9 seconds down, so that he's half a minute down. I'm not doing too well here, though, with 3K to go. Landa is not a time trialist, so if anything, let him go. Yeah, this is still 4.8 kilometers. This is not good. This is not good. No, no, no. How am I on Sendali? There we go. 2.5 kilometers. Gegenhardt's attacking.
None of the favorites is giving an inch.
I'm just trying to hang on here. 2K to go. Yeah, there's Landa with Rosa, Hamilton. Get past these guys.
The riders are in a portion above 10%.
Is that Uran? There's Uran, Gegenhardt, Zachary, and Hamilton. Landa is pulling away. There's going to be a time gap there. He's with Rosa. One more rider off the front in the lead, Villela. Okay, let's go 99 and see just pure pace. What can I do? Because I've got nothing left in the tank here. But pure pace should be strong, and you can see it is pulling ahead a little bit as I approach the finish. There you go, Villela. There's Landa, 40 seconds. Rosa, he's going to get over a minute here. But I'll be 5th. Zakarin, I'll be on same time as Zakarin. You can see it's out minute 20. But that's going to be tough to pull back later on. But we still got next stage. Almost 2 minutes. Minute 40 is the gap here. I got 5th place. 5th place. There we go. Okay.
The race is run, but the poor soul's bringing up the
Uran on same time. No time bonus. Gegenhardt, Hamilton. There's Dumoulin, Roglic, Uman, Formulo. I didn't mean to go when I did on that Category 2 climb, and that hurt because I thought I was going to recover on the descent, and it ended up not steep enough, so I didn't actually recover as I was technically still attacking on the descent. So that hurt a lot. I didn't have enough for that final climb. So I misread the situation on that. That descent just didn't end up being steep enough. If I was recovered and riding on my own on that climb, I would have won the stage comfortably. Riders still coming in. Lots of time cuts missed here today. There's 3, 4, 5, 6 riders or so that are going to be eliminated. Still riders coming in. Dang. Time cut was half an hour ago. 40 minutes ago. Broomwagon would have picked these guys up a long time ago. By the way, that's a simple addition. Simple addition to this game that it could use. Just a small touch. A broomwagon. Have that vehicle at the back behind the last rider. Even if it ignores whatever the time is, just following the last rider. Okay, so 2:22 down. So that's 2 minutes to Landa. Oof. Oof. That's going to put Landa in the lead. 1:31 behind. That hurts. Down to third place. Roglic, though, is now 2 minutes back. So, big gap behind. Now I can look forward. Uran, easy to catch. But Landa is going to be a challenge. Landa is definitely going to be a challenge, but also only a 70 for time trial. So I could definitely gain time, but do I gain 1.5 minutes or not? That's the tricky part. Roglic definitely going to be the toughest competitor along with Dumoulin behind, but Dumoulin's 5 minutes down, so not a threat. Roglic is 2 minutes down, should not be a threat as we're both 80s on time trial. Still plenty of climbing to do on stage 20 before the time trial on 21. Alright, so 50 kilometers left in this one, and there are 17 riders in the peloton, and we are chasing a big split of riders. There's still a pretty good sized group off the front, and we're 8.5 minutes down, so the stage winner is likely to come from the breakaway group. But with just 19 riders in the peloton, I like my chances today. I'm nice and fresh this time around for this final push, for this final attack. And what my plan is today is I'm going to mark our race leader, Mikel Landa, for foreseeable future. So number 101 here. So I'm going to oh, okay. So apparently we're the favorites. No wonder that there's well, I want to take position behind him. So I'm going to keep an eye out on Landa, and I will attack him on the steepest part of the climb, which you can see this last climb, it's just really long. It's not necessarily that steep, so I'll wait until pretty late on to do something. There should be some damage, and we're actually back up to 27 riders here in the peloton at this point in time. So I don't want to attack from a long ways away. I want to attack kind of late on for this one and try to open up a little bit of gap and pick off a little bit of time if I can get, 20 or 30 seconds back on Landa. I like my chances on the final stage coming up. Gosh, we're already on the penultimate stage. They call this the Queen stage, but I really don't see why, other than that this is well over 200 kilometers for this stage with a good bit of climbing, but this final climb is really not anything too intense. Those last couple stages were a lot more than what you get from this one, which I think is part of the reason why I'm waiting till late. I've been going too early.
The back is not fighting for it. It's clear as day.
Over 11 minutes down now. I've got no one in the group to pull. There's too many riders here, so nobody's really working at the front.
There's a breakaway in the leading group.
24K. Speed things up for a little bit. Okay, we are starting to ascend here. It's not bad here for a little while, though. Landa has dropped back. This could be a good time to go.
Again, an attack is launched. The group has to
It's
break
further out than I wanted, though. It's 20K. Where's Landa? He's well down. Just wasting my energy. Just relax.
Getting close. The riders have just passed the 15 kilometers road sign.
Again, let's check in on Landa. I like that he's at the back of the group. I mean, it could open things up, but things just aren't steep. So I think when a group goes, I might try to go with them. Nobody's attacked yet. I think they're all waiting for me. Appears to be the case. We have a steeper section. That was it? Really? This next section will ramp up a little bit again after we turn the corner here. This still isn't going to do the kind of damage I need it to do, which is why I'm trying to wait till the end. The pace just isn't here, and there's nobody in the group that's really attacking.
And off he goes. He's giving it one last go.
Wanty's got the leader, but this is all they can manage at the front. He's got two teammates to support him. They're going so slow that it's not doing any damage to me or probably the field at all. It's a little steep towards the end, and I suppose that's where I could try to attack and pull back just a little time. We haven't dropped any riders. Ah, here we go. Gegenhardt, Guerrero, and I.
Away from the group. He's going for victory. The pace is so high that a few riders are going to be very sore at the end of the day.
Okay, so we have a group of 9 riders off the front. There's 2 going away, and hold on. What am I doing? Gegenhardt is 434. Guerrero, I don't need to attack them. It's Landa I need to attack. There's Uran, though. I need to follow Uran. So follow Uran. Don't get caught behind Keniak. There goes Landa. That's the one I need to follow.
This time it could go all the way. A rider is down.
And again, he's just riding. He's attacking.
Attack with the finishing line within reach.
Oh, no. Come on, get back on the wheel here. Alright, back into the group that I need to be in, but he's attacking again.
This was a great day for him. Nobody could keep up with him. And there's an attack.
Reichenbach takes the win. Oh no, he's right here. He's right here. I don't know who attacked, but it was... That's Uran. Shoot, I need Uran too, though. Well, Uran I can beat in the time trial. It's Landa that's the issue. I can't let Landa take any time. I can't afford for him to have any time on me. 2.8k.
The riders are in a portion above 10%.
2k. I can just about attack him here at the end now. 1k. Just over 1k. Hey, he's pushing out. I'm trying to attack him, and instead I'm the one who's struggling. This is why it hurts that I'm not in that fitness peak right now. He's going to gain some time on me, isn't he? We'll see if I get same time. I should get same time, hopefully. Uran takes 4th. There we go. There might be a small time gap, and that time gap could really hurt on this last one. 9th on the stage. I'm right there in amongst them. Hopefully Landa to me and Uman end up on the same time. Hopefully. We'll see. That climb wasn't steep enough for my pure climbing to really damage the other guys. And unfortunately, I had 0 team support. And Landa had 2 teammates there in that final group that were able to set a slow pace, which wasn't hurting anyone. So when it came down to those final few kilometers, their advantage in stamina, which this was a long stage, so stamina was definitely a factor there at the end, really set me out for a difficult situation. Uran's going to gain some time. I can recover that in the last stage, but I'm worried if Landa gained any time here. So that's the big thing to watch out for, is do I end up on same time as Landa or do I lose time here? A lot of riders still coming towards the finish line. My full team is in, so nobody's eliminated. That's one good thing, but it doesn't matter now. It's individual time trial to the finish, so I didn't get much team support today, and I won't have any on the final stage. But that's a good thing. It's down to just me. Here's the key moment of the race. The results. The Reichenbach rocket. Nice. No, not the same time. Seconds, just seconds. 12 of them. And Uran picks up a little time too, so that's going to set me back further. Minute 43 to cover on the final stage. That's no easy task. Uran I can definitely get. Half a minute. I can definitely cover that. Minute and a half is going to be a lot tougher. I'm not quite sure how long this last stage is going to be. We've got the under 25s locked up, but are we going to win this overall race? I don't know. I've barely picked up any progression through this race. Not having that fitness peak has hurt so much. I've got 78% freshness for this final stage. I'm okay there. But we'll see. We'll see how long this stage is. Take a look at the profile before we enter in. 30 kilometers, totally flat. Boy, that's going to be difficult to get a minute and a half, isn't it? Mulan, Roglic, and I, the favorites. That's not the part I'm worried about, though. Those guys are out of reach. Final stage. There are definitely some time gaps to cover. There are 5 riders in some sort of contention as I get ready to head out onto this 30-kilometer and pretty much flat stage. I'll set to a 73 here early on and see how that does. +2 on the race day condition. That's going to be really helpful. That's a +3 to my time trial. Stamina and resistance both up there. We'll see, the 73 is looking like a little bit strong here early on, but maybe not. Maybe a 72 is going to be better. Time gaps are pretty well spread out. The top 10 is separated by a minute, and then it's going to be, well, the next 10 are another half a minute. That's going to be difficult to cover. So here's where we're at. Here's what we need. As I think I can, 72 is good. I'll bank a little bit. I've got a little uphill section here where I'm going to push 73 here in a moment for the next little bit. All right, so here's what I need to cover. It's a minute 43 to Mikel Landa, and he is much worse than I am time trial, but that's a large gap to cover. I can definitely cover a minute. I don't know if I can cover a minute 43 on him or not. Uran is just 26 seconds. I definitely think I can beat him by well over a minute, so I should be able to get above Uran. Behind me, Roglic is a minute 49 behind, and if I should be in the top 3 along with Roglic, he should not be able to cover any kind of gap like that, even if he does beat me. I'm 8th place at the first time check, 20 seconds down. So let's get a quick update. Roglic and Dumoulin are the top 2 right now, with me 20 seconds down. So yes, that's 9th overall, but I'm just a few seconds out of it, and I do have some energy to bank in the bank right now, where I could push a little bit harder down the stretch and make that time up. So Roglic gained 20 seconds on me. I don't think he's going to gain much more than that. So, and actually I have even more, so we can start pushing at 76 for right now. So we are looking good for not getting in trouble. Now, the other one was Dumoulin, and Dumoulin is 4 minutes behind. Dumoulin's not getting 4 minutes. So, second checkpoint, Dumoulin is 27 seconds clear of my teammate, which you can see that he lost a lot of time down the stretch. Roglic, 12 seconds behind him there. And we'll see what am I at now. 76, I still have a little bit in the bank, so I think I could push a 77 to the end, or maybe that 76. We'll see. I'm catching back up, so, well, 25 seconds. So I lose 5 seconds, but I've definitely picked up the pace. So those guys, no threat. Now, here's the tricky part. First check. Uran is actually 2 seconds ahead of me, so I haven't even gained time on him. What about Landa? Landa just 6 seconds down. So we'll see where those two slot in at as they come in behind me. Uran is now behind me, but only 11 seconds, so I've got my work cut out to me to even get up to second. And Landa I have not seen yet, but it's not looking good for me at this point. There's Landa, 49 seconds. So I have only picked up a half a minute. It's not looking good. It is not looking good. Even for second place at this point, it's not looking very good, as I'm almost into a deficit here with 4K to go, so I got to slow down a little bit. That's not good. That's not good. It's not looking so good for me. Both the stage and the overall. Looks like I could even stay in third. I might get Uran here at the end. 1.5K to go. I'm going to start accelerating here towards the finish line. 1K to go. Don't run out, don't run out, don't run out. Come on. 99, 99, 99. Second place, 1 second off the pace of Dumoulin. So 4 minutes, no problem. Roglic, no problem. But what's it going to be? How far back is Uran? He's 36 seconds down at that second time check. I need 26 seconds over Uran to move into second place. I think that might be where I end up finishing. Minute 4, I got Uran. Landa, it's a minute 43. He's going to have to lose a minute on this last sector. I don't think it's going to happen. He's still not in yet, though. He is still not in. Minute 26! Oh, no. No, just short. Mikel Landa is going to hang on and win this thing. I get second on the stage. I'm going to get second overall. I get the under-25s jersey, but not the crowning achievement that I wanted. I don't think. It's, 18 seconds down overall. Second place, so I got fourth a year ago with a field that was not as strong. I get second this year, and really a lot of that came down to I didn't have the strongest team with me. None of my top climbers were there. And so as I got down the stretch, those guys weren't around. But ultimately, it was my fitness peak ending in the first week of the race. Now, I didn't get fatigued, but I just was never very strong. And without that team support to really help, they saw me as the threat all race long. And even though I was never in the lead of this race at any point, they just kept looking at me as the real threat. And honestly, I was. And so the rest of the field played it smart. The AI played me, used up my team, made me ride on my own. The leaders themselves never took control of the field. I get the best young rider by 6 minutes. So I went from behind Rapaciro at least to ahead in those final stages. But I never had the dominant right away from the field win that I needed. I had that one good stage where I pulled back a lot of time, but it was never enough. Never enough. As a team, we get fourth overall. It's so sad. So close. But it's still going to be worth a lot of points. Second place, trying to master the game. It's not going to be all 3 Grand Tours with victories, but second is going to be worth a ton of points. Second on the stage is going to be worth, might be worth points. Forget how they calculate that out, but 18 seconds down overall in the end. Mikel Landa should have taken him as a more serious threat when I had the chance. So Landa wins it, and by the way, that is for Wanty Group Gobert that he just won it. So that's a huge result for that team. 12th in the sprints, 11th in the mountain climbers. These guys were in the breakaway every day. Crushed the under 25s. 4th in the team. So poor result. I do get 27 points at least at the end. I do get good evaluation on the stage and the overall here. But I go from 100% down to 95 for getting second, and really did not progress much there. So a long race and didn't really help myself. We've got the Criterium de Dauphiné coming up next. And for the standings now, well clear at the top, almost 500 points clear of Simon Yates, moving back into first place for the World Tour standings. And in the Super Prestige, I am well clear there. Viviani moves way up with his green jersey. Dumoulin up to 3rd. And there is Landa up 147 places with that win. Good for him, but not so good for me. But that's going to do it for this episode of Decathlon Gamer. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe and tune in next time on my Road to the Record. Little sad here, but still, second place is not bad at all. Got to accept that. I was beaten. Bye for now.